I'm Miss Martin, and I'm going to be your fifth grade math teacher. So, welcome to fifth grade math. Super exciting. A little bit about me before we get started on everything else. I have been teaching here at HSA for 7 years. This will be my 8th year. This will only be my second year teaching fifth grade math, but I think it's going to be the best one yet. Yay. Some of you may have had me as your technology teacher probably a few years ago. Hopefully you remember me. Hi guys, I missed you. There's a few, I like to do a lot of things. I like to have fun, especially even in the classroom. I really enjoy math. I just really love it. I hope to help you guys love it too. And I love Harry Potter, and I really love Prince, and purple's my favorite color, so you're going to see a lot of that throughout the year. Yeah, those are the things that I really love, and I love to do. I love to sing, I love to read, and things like that. Yeah, I am really big on rules and following rules and being respectful and kind to people. So you'll always hear me talking about that. And I'm also really big on growing our brains, right? Making ourselves smarter. There are not people that are born smart. There are not people that are born math people. But we can train our brains to get better, right? So get pumped, get excited for fifth grade math. Okay, let me go through really quickly some things. I want to start with what to expect in my class, right? So like, what are we going to see? What are we going to do? Well, here's a few things. So what to expect in Miss Martin's fifth grade math class. Things that we're going to do, they're going to be live math sessions, all right? So meaning every day when I'm on, we're going to be going through examples, asking questions, finding mistakes, right? Talking through a lot of our math, and like building skills around doing that, right? Because we're getting ready for middle school. I know it's just fifth grade, but you guys are getting ready for middle school, and I want to prepare our brains and prepare our mouths to be talking and thinking about math at a higher levels, right? So we're super excited for that. We're going to be using Khan Academy. You will have some assignments on there just to reinforce things that we've practiced that day. I've heard that you guys should be familiar with that from last year, that Miss Langton used to use that. Another thing we're going to use is quiziz.com. Some of you, if you were with me over the summer, would be familiar with that. It's a really fun way to check in, make sure you've understood the concept, and answer some questions. There's like really funny memes in between them too. It's fun, I promise. The next thing is an online workbook. So there will be a workbook. Again, it's completely online. I'll upload pages that you can physically type your answers to, or, if it's multiple choice, check the box. And as soon as you're done, you click submit and it scores it for you right there, so you can kind of see how you're doing. And then the next day in class, we can talk about if you got anything wrong or anything like that, and you can ask questions live with me that we can talk about and answer. There will also be a physical workbook. Okay, we're going to talk about that more in a second, but you will have a physical Go Math book, and that's more going to be for examples, right? When we introduce a new topic, we're going to kind of look in the book, have a guide to how to solve some new things, but you'll have that too. There will be YouTube videos, lots of them. Some of them will be made by me. I do have a YouTube channel. It is linked in my virtual classroom, so you guys will see that. So there will be videos made by me of me talking about concepts. And then there will also be some times where I send a video that was made by somebody else that's really good for explaining how to do something. So you'll see both of those. And I have resources for videos in Spanish and English, depending on if your parents speak Spanish at home and you still need help. I will be providing Spanish resources too. Also, there will be times where I just ask you to practice skills, right? If we finish something and we're going to do a test or something at the end of a unit, then there will be time for you to practice. And I hope that you'll be practicing throughout the year. Here's some sites that we're going to use to do that. IXL.com. Again, hopefully you guys are already familiar with it. I've seen some of your accounts that go all the way back to like kindergarten or first grade here. So you guys should be a little familiar with IXL. We're also going to be using Measuring Up Live. Again, that's the thing that I know Miss Langton should have been using. It's a little bit of test prep, right? And not in a scary way, but in a way that helps us grow our brains, right? Get ready for that. And Prodigy.com. Super fun. If you haven't ever used it before, I'm super excited for you, because it's basically like a game, like a saga game, right? Where you're playing and you keep growing your level, right? Your you're level 10, you're level 20, you're level 15, and your powers start growing because you do these battles where you still get to practice your math skills, but you get to grow as a character and you get to have your own avatar where you can earn, helmets and swords and things like that. It's super fun. Hopefully you guys will really love it. I really love it. And we'll even have days where we can play live together. And we can battle each other. Miss Martin does have an avatar, and I am willing to play with you. I'm only on level 25, but I love it, and so I will play. I will battle you guys. So prepare yourselves. Okay, now that we've talked about what to expect when you're in my class, let's talk really quickly about what you're gonna need. Okay, what things will you need? Like when it's math class time, what will I have to get to bring to my table, right? So what you're gonna need, not too many things, but the first thing is your Go Math book. So like I said, you will have a physical book. I'm gonna send them home. Tuesday, September 1st and Tuesday, September 8th are both days where you can pick up all of your supplies. I will be giving you your physical Go Math book, a whiteboard, and an Expo marker. And I believe you'll be getting a novel from Miss Burns, which I'm sure she'll tell you more about too. But there are days where you can pick those things up from us at the school, and you don't even have to come in. You can just drive up and grab them. But you'll be getting a Go Math workbook. Like I said, the whiteboard and the Expo marker. You're going to need that because sometimes I'll say, hey, solve this problem on your whiteboard and then put it up in your camera when you're ready, right? So we'll be having that. I am asking for you to buy a red graphing notebook. So graphing notebooks look like this. When you open the page and you've got the spiral on this side, it looks like a grid, right? Like all a bunch of squares. And that's important because when we start doing like long division and fractions or decimals and things like that, everything really needs to be straight and lined up, okay? And the easiest way to do that is if you already have boxes for everything, so you can line them up right in the boxes. You know what numbers go on top of the other numbers, and everything's not really confusing. So that will be really important for your organization, and it really just helps to make the math way easier to do. So red graphing notebook. The other thing, Zoom, download it on your computer. Zoom is a website. I'll link it to this video, or Zoom is an app, and that's where I'm going to be doing my classes because they have a whiteboard feature. I can annotate, meaning write on my screen. You can even annotate or write on my screen, right? So it's a really good resource for my live math sessions. So make sure that's downloaded and already ready on your computer. I really want you to have some desk or table space. So I don't want you to be sitting on your bed, only because when we start writing on those whiteboards or in our graphing notebook, it's going to be hard to have your computer and your notebook and a whiteboard and all of that. So if you have a little bit of table space or a desk space, which desks you can we're also lending out from the school. So if you don't have one and you're like, oh, I really want a desk space, just fill out the form and you can get one from school too. So there's those two things. And then the last thing, but to me, it's one of the most important things, bring all of your mistakes. Mistakes are so important to math. A lot of times we get really embarrassed or really down on ourselves when we make mistakes in math and we don't want to talk about them. We don't want to share them. We don't want to tell anyone we got something wrong. But I promise you that is the best way to grow your brain. When you make a mistake and we all get to talk about it and talk through it and say, oh, you were thinking of it like this. Well, there were probably 20 other people in the classroom thinking of it like that. And all those 20 people get to grow their brains when you share your one mistake. And even when Miss Martin makes mistakes, because I promise that I will, on the board, it's really important that we talk about them and that we work through them so that we can all get smarter, we can all be more amazing, and we can all just really grow into these mathematicians that we're meant to be. All right, so again, I'm super excited for this year. I hope I answered a lot of your questions. If you do have more questions, on my YouTube page where you can see this video, if you want to comment and I can get back to you, or if you're already in my Google Classroom and that's where you're watching this video, again, feel free to comment on it and I will answer you there. Or if you have my email, martin@hsamckinley.org, go ahead and send me an email and I can respond to you there. So there's so many ways to get in contact with me. They're in my virtual classroom. They're going to be on my Google Classroom and they're also going to be on my YouTube page. So feel free to reach out to me. I'm super excited to work with you guys and get ready for an awesome, awesome math year.